Hey, oh my gosh, I am so excited for this morning. When I looked at my calendar this morning and realized who I was going to be talking with, it was just like Sunday all over again. But it's Friday, and I am so excited that I get to talk to the Dr. Danielle Perrodin, who is, oh my gosh, she's like PharmaSis Magazine. Like oh my gosh, she's been there since almost the very beginning. And when I tell you, in every role that she can play with this magazine and this brand, Danielle has. So before I just like launch in, I could just like talk about her and her involvement by myself, but we got to include her because she's here. So I am so excited to welcome Dr. Danielle Perrodin to this interview. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sharika. I'm so glad we can finally do this. Always a pleasure to hang out with you anytime. And you know what? I wasn't on that first get-go with the magazine, but I made it to the second, and it's been a roller coaster ride. I have to tell you that. It's been amazing.
All right, so we got, for the camera, we got to show everybody which issue you were in. So we're going to show them the cover, and then we're going to show them one of my favorite pictures of you. So, all right, you ready? You got your copy? I got my copy. Right. All right, 1, 2, 3. Which issue were you in?
Spring 2020.
Spring 2020. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we're in 2022 and you were in spring 20. And
I know, I had to look. I was like, wow.
Here is my favorite picture from that issue of you. And it's like Dr. Danielle, it's like, you know, like she's like, here I am, check me out. So I am so excited that you had the chance to put me on your calendar so we could just catch up, because one of the things that I know is there's a group of women who have been in the magazine that no matter when I call, they're like, what do you need me to do? And so I remember when we talked last year and I was like, I can't write all the articles anymore. I need somebody to write articles. And you were like, yeah, I'll do that. And it was like you were probably you and Christina Fontana were probably the quickest people to be like, yep, let's what do I need to do? And so it has been such my pleasure to have you have a column in the magazine and having me and the ladies looking forward to you helping us style our wardrobe and our mind. So tell us a little bit about what you've been aiming to share with the women in pharmacy and any reader of the magazine. What have you been aiming to share in your column?
Yeah, so whenever I saw that you were asking for contributing writers, like I just couldn't believe it, because it's kind of like a dream come true. I love writing. I have a friend that's been telling me, you need to write more, you need to write more, you're such a great writer. And so anytime you ask for something, you do so much for us in the Women in Pharmacy. It's like, okay, what can I do for you? Yeah, so writing the articles there, I kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to share there. So, you know, I talk about style and mindset, and I have a program, it's called Be Her Now. And I love that, you know, my message has gotten so much clearer since working with you, Jerika, that especially actually filling out the questionnaire that you have for my first feature, it helped me to get clear in my mind who I'm helping, why I'm doing that, what my own story was. And so I knew I wanted to just share more of my story. I love just, you know, giving them some ideas about where I've come. And so I've shared stories, but I also wanted to teach them a little bit about styling, about how to have body confidence, how to have, you know, self-confidence, but then also giving them some tools. So I share some of my tools that I, you know, use on my VIP clients. So I have like the 3 F's of fashion, and, you know, just the different little things. I wanted them to be entertained, but also have a takeaway that they can go and implement without actually hiring a stylist. So
well, and you know, you are one of the resident stylists for the magazine. So everyone that has a conversation with me they hear your name, because I'm like, you need to have a stylist. You want to make sure that these pictures, because I'm going to use these pictures for years to come. And you and Leslie Hodge always like surprise me, because you all like work in secret. And then so you just sent me a list the other day of all the people that you have styled for the magazine. And I don't even remember the numbers, but I was like, what? I didn't even know. And so I am so grateful that when I make that recommendation, I know that if that woman who's going to be featured takes that recommendation, she's going to show up and look amazing. And she's probably going to surprise herself, first of all, but she's going to show up and look amazing and be really proud of the product, because, most of what I do is definitely virtual, but then there's also this print magazine that shows up in people's mailboxes as well. And so I am so honored that I can say, here is Danielle. She has been featured in the magazine, and this is who she has styled. I usually have an example of who you have styled. And then, like I said, I'm learning, like, I have to send you a message and go, Danielle, okay, who else have you styled? Because you're so humble that you don't, like, you're not telling me. And I'm like, what? I had no idea. So that is also a testament to your commitment to helping women in pharmacy, whether they're in a magazine or not, helping women in pharmacy look and feel their best. So tell us, like, I know people are at home going, what? I thought she was a pharmacist. I thought this was Magazine of Pharmacists, and now we're talking about fashion styling. Like, what is going on? So tell people how you got started, pharmacist and now fashion stylist.
Yeah, so that's, such a long conversation because it definitely was a journey. I think definitely the set off point was whenever I had a conversation with you, Jerika. It was before we coached together, but it was just like a consultation call. It was like a second one. I was like, okay, I know I want to hire her, but I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I'm an integrative life coach. I know I'm trying to do that. Do I want to help people with weight loss? Because I'm a pharmacist, I can do that. Do I want to help them with opioid addiction? Do I want to help them with even grief? That came up in my mind. But the day, it was definitely divine timing, because it was this hot July afternoon. I had spent all day gearing up for Acadiana Fashion Week. I was volunteering, to promote the Acadiana Fashion Week. I was working with a photographer, and she's also a stylist, and hair, makeup, clothes. Like, I was carrying so many clothes, and it was so hot, and I didn't care. I didn't even want to leave. Like, I was excited for your call, but I didn't want to leave the excitement when I had to. So I remember I went in the Super One parking lot and I called you, and you said, what do you love so much that you would do for free? Any other day, I would not have said styling, because I would have thought I'd never can make a business out of it, or that people would actually pay me to do that. However, I was literally working for free that day and didn't want to leave. So, I was like, well, there is this little secret, I just left this promotion. And you were like, there we're going, that's it, and it just took off from there. And so one of the biggest things was whenever, you said, look, I'm doing this magazine. If you want to be featured in it, this is, the layout for it. And, however, that was one of the biggest things that really knocked my business out of the park, because it really showed up for me that, I'm a stylist, and telling people this is who I am, this is what I do, and why, like, it's just amazing.
So I'm glad you brought that up, because, I think that people oftentimes see the beautiful pictures that I am showing on social media. They see the pictures in the magazine, and they go, oh, well, that's for the beautiful ladies to just put their pictures in. But and so it's why I reiterate more than enough that this is not just about beauty. Yes, we are beautiful. We are also brilliant. Pharmacists are brilliant. And we're also bold and passionate. And so the thing, I think people misunderstand or miss the fact that The magazine is not for just showing pretty faces. The magazine is for marketing. It's to allow women in pharmacy, whether they be a pharmacist, a technician, or even a student who's about to embark on their career, it's
Mhm.
for them to market themselves, because we didn't get training like that in pharmacy school. There was no how to market. First of all, there was the entrepreneur training was about that I had was about if you wanted to open your own independent pharmacy. And I've been a pharmacist
Mhm.
24 years, so that tells you how long ago I got that training. But there was nothing about entrepreneurship, and there surely was nothing about marketing. And so that's what PharmaSis Magazine is for. It's a platform to allow women in pharmacy to market themselves, to see themselves as the CEO of their business, of their life, of their career, and basically
Mhm.
say, and I get the best job of all to go, hey, world, you need to know about this woman and what she is building in her corner of the world. And yeah, it's a marketing thing. So I'm glad you brought that up. Tell me, how are you, or how have you been able to approach marketing, considering, like I said, we didn't learn this. This is not what we were taught.
No, but I do. You did bring up a point that I wanted to elaborate on is that, when I signed up for this magazine, I didn't wait till I became the successful CEO of my business and then schedule a photo shoot and then get in the magazine. Like, that was a pivotal point, being featured in the magazine and dressing the part and seeing myself as the part. And then, just getting high on that vision and that belief that allowed me to step into that and, do scary things. So,
Oh my
that
gosh,
was a big.
you're singing my tune, because
Mhm.
I do believe that you want to cast that vision. And do you know how many women will send me messages and go, well, I'm not ready to be featured in the magazine because my website's not ready yet. I'm like, it doesn't matter if your website's ready or not. Or they're like, oh, I'm not where I want to be in my business. And I always respond and say, but why can't this be something that helps catapult you to where you want to be? Like, there's a
Yeah.
reason you're not where you want to be. And I don't know that biding your time or waiting is going to make a
Mhm.
difference or not. People need to know you before you have a million customers. People need to know you now so that you can start growing, so that you can start putting yourself out there, so that people can know who you are, so they can fall in love with you, because
Mhm.
oftentimes they have to watch you for a while. So when people show up on my Zoom and they're like, I've been following you for 2 or 3 years, never commented or engaged on any social
Mhm.
media, never seen them before, never heard them before, but they've been following me. That's what has to happen. So if you wait to show up, the audience that's looking for you, they're going to have to wait to see you.
Yeah, so just to answer your question about the marketing, the way I got into that was really, if you read my article in 2020, you would know that I sold hair and lash extensions, and that's how I kind of got
Uh-huh.
started. And I had met with the same photographer, didn't know her, from Adam, was so scared to meet with her, but I knew she had models and I had hair and lash extensions to sell. So I
Mhm.
scheduled a meeting with her. So here I am, this little pharmacist, with my hair extensions laid out on the coffee table in this little coffee shop meeting with her. And so she shared a mentor. And then from there, I just found other mentors and, just found myself in the entrepreneurial world and just found who resonated with me. And of course, working with you helped me really get my name out on LinkedIn. And then I had tons of podcast interviews. Like, it was just a whirlwind. But I'm a forever a student. That's what I would say.
Yes. Forever a student. I agree. Me too. Let me
Mhm.
ask you, because every time that I can think of that I have had a networking mixer for the magazine. So the magazine
Mhm.
has an event that it sponsors to allow women in pharmacy to actually get in the same room. And when they get in the room, it's like we leave all our PharmDs at the door, because it's not important who's a PharmD, who's not. It's not important who's a pharmacist or who's a technician.
Mhm.
What we do is we come together as women in pharmacy, and we find out, who's this other woman and how can I help her? And I remember you wrote to me specifically because I asked a question in one of the mixers and I said, who do you want to meet? Who do you need to meet? Who do you want to meet? And I said, even if it seems far-fetched, and I gave the example of Oprah. And I said, some people would go, oh, I could never meet her. But why couldn't you? You just never know who's in the room. So tell me a little bit about that experience. I will never forget you writing me afterwards.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. It made me think so outside the box because I would have never expected this. I'm kind of little-minded when it comes to that as well. It's like, oh, who am I? I live in South Louisiana. Who do I know? And there was this one pharmacy student that was on there, and she said, I'd love to meet Michelle Obama, or get it. I don't know, talk to her or something, or like a connection. And I'm just sitting there like, la, 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 yeah, okay. That's kind of big thinking. And then it just like struck me. I was like, one of my clients went to high school with Michelle's editor from her book editor. So, and I was just like, wow, I actually, like 2 degrees from someone that she may not want to meet. And I mean, that's a big person. So like, I'm thinking, wow, who do I, who do I want to meet? Like somebody might actually know him, but I haven't thought about who I want to meet just yet, but it just made my mind like expand with that question.
Mm-hmm. And that's the magic that happens in the networking. It's not the usual, hey, I'm so and so and this is what I do, and if you need it, call me. It's not that type of networking. It is actually getting to know people in the room based upon the questions that I curate, and the questions are different each time, but it allows people to actually kind of put all their pretenses down, because I've been one to say that pharmacists march into a room and go, I've done this, and this, and I went to this school, and nobody cares. So but when you show up and you're like, hey, I'm here to help, how can I help you? What do you need? Who are you trying to meet? What can I do for you? It's just that magic that works. And I have had so many stories of people coming afterwards going, oh my gosh, I met her. I've just got off a call with her, and I am so glad I met her. The last time there was a woman there who said, I want a job at a PBM. And she was in a room with somebody who was like, oh, I know this person. After we get off the phone, I will connect you, da, da, da. And I spoke to the woman who said, I want a job at the PBM. I spoke to her recently, and she was like, oh yeah, she definitely connected me. And the woman she connected me to is helping me like retool my resume for that type of job. Like, it was just all that type of thing comes when we come in the door, we put our, credentials and all that aside and go, who are you? This is who I am. Here's my story. How can I help you? It works.
Yeah, no, I know that it's not about, like, it is about networking. Like, I'll tell myself that, like, it is a fantastic networking, but I know that something magical is going to happen. There's going to be a magical connection. I just had someone reach out a couple of days ago from the last mixer, unexpected, wanting to, promote my website in their publication. And so, I wouldn't have expected that, but it came from that question. It's like, who do you need to meet? Who you want to meet? And so I put it out there, but it's difficult for a lot of us, I think, to say who we want to meet or what we need. It's easier for to say, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, or, connect you. Like, that comes easier. So I have to say that question is a little uncomfortable.
And that's my goal. I don't invite you to be comfortable. I invite you so that when you leave, you have something tangible of value in a connection. Because like you just teed that one up for me. If we stay comfortable, we won't grow. Like, if we stay comfortable, we won't meet the people that we're supposed to meet. We won't ask for the things that we could ask for, and be surprised when people go, yeah, I can do that. I can help you. And we're like, oh, really? But if I hadn't asked. So yes, my goal is to have you in an environment where you're a little bit uncomfortable, but it's a safe place. Like, everybody, that's why I said everybody's on the same playing field, and it's a safe place to say, I'd like, or, I dream of, because you're right. And I think that's just a human thing. I don't think that necessarily has anything to do with being in pharmacy. I think that's just a human characteristics. We tend to guard our most precious things,
Mhm.
and we don't want to look a certain way. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want, we worry about what people think. So yes, I totally agree with that. Tell me, what is next for you and your styling business?
Yeah. So, what's next with me is I'm hosting a retreat in South Louisiana for some magic to happen. It's September 8th through 11th. So I'm
Okay.
going to be hosting that for those women that are again wanting to hang out with like-minded women. But there's going to also be styling and some branding photo shoots there. Uh,
Mhm. So not only can they come and get their mind styled, but they can also leave with that physical manifestation and those brand photos. That's amazing.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
be comfortable and not worry about who's watching, who's got something to say, but be in an environment with other
Mhm.
ladies who are doing the same thing. That sounds
Yes.
awesome.
Lots of
Tell
women to hold that space, of that
Yeah.
intimate space that, a lot of us or have insecurities getting behind the camera, so.
Yes, yes.
Mhm,
Tell us, Dr. Danielle, if someone wants to follow up with you, you said a lot of
mhm.
amazing jewels, pearls today. If someone wants to follow up with you and they're like, you know what? I do need a stylist. You know what? I don't feel comfortable in my clothes. I need to call her. Tell tell the person who's listening, likely even on replay, tell the person who's listening how they can follow up and get in touch with you.
Yeah, I'd love to connect with that person. So LinkedIn is a great place for me, Dr. Danielle Perrodin, Perrodin. And yeah, just send me a message. You can visit my website, danielleperrodin.biz. Send me a message there. I'd love to connect with you.
All right. Well, this is definitely going to be in a lot of places. So a lot of people are going to see this. So get ready for the phone to start ringing, for the
Yay!
LinkedIn messages to come. Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by, chat. And then let me publicly thank you for all of your loyalty and your support of this brand. You must know that to take something that did not exist and go, well, you know what? I've got this idea in my head, in my heart, and I'm going to go for it and see what happens. I never, ever saw that a day like
Mhm.
today would be that we'd be on live and we'd be talking about what we've been involved in, what we've been doing. And we just got finished. So let me put this little bit in. We just got finished talking about the upcoming special edition for the UK. Like, I couldn't have told you when I was coaching you back then what I would be doing now to say, hey, Danielle, just want to give you a heads up. There are going to be some women who might need a stylist in the UK.
Mhm.
I had no idea. And so it's just amazing what it's like to, number one, build relationships. So I thank you for the
Mhm.
relationship that we have built. I know that I can call. I know we don't talk every day or anything like that, but I know I can call, I can send a message. Even sometimes I've sent them at the last minute going, I'm really sorry, but can I get this picture of you? And so thank you
Yeah.
for the gift of your friendship. Thank you
Mhm.
for the gift of your support for the brand. And thank you for you showing up being who you were called to be, because that definitely impacts this brand in the fact that it's 2 years later and I'm still like showing your picture. And it's like all the other women that are coming who I don't even know sometimes that you have touched their lives. But like, I really think that that's what this is about. I got
Mhm.
the opportunity to share and to pour, and you have definitely poured and shared back. And we both continue to pour and share in other women and
Yeah.
in our corner of the world, making them feel good about themselves so that they can show up and be who they were called to be. So, like, I don't know about you, but it just makes me dance.
Whew, I don't even know how to take that all in. My goodness, Sharika, Lord, have mercy.
It's a
Thank
big
you.
business.
It's been such an honor. Like you don't even what you do, your actions are, 100% thank you enough. But wow, that was amazing. You're incredible. I cherished our friendship and we have not met in person, have we? Like, how is that
No,
not?
we have never seen each other in person. And wouldn't that be amazing if we have to like get on a plane to go to London to see each other? But I would do it.
I would do it too. Sign me up on there. So
All right. Well, thank you so much again for everything. Thank you for stopping by, spending your time to chat with us. I can't wait for the rest of the world, as well as the pharmacy community, but not just pharmacy. I can't wait for the rest of the world to see this. And so, Dr. Danielle Perrodin, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.
you too. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.